Did you press it this time?
I pressed it this time.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they'll see this, or they won't. That's how we'll know if we pressed it. Okay.
No.
Hey everybody! Welcome back to Rosquilla Reviews. I'm Rosquilla. This is Gagano. If you watched the last episode,
Which, if you're here and you haven't, why haven't you?
exactly. If you watched the last episode, you'll know that we are reviewing the Pink Panther films, the original 5, with Peter Sellers.
The Peter Sellers quintuplet.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Go check that one out if you haven't. Then come back to this.
Why are you pointing at my eye?
He's right there. I'm going to put the card right here so you can just click it.
Haha, that's not now because in the future. Ooh,
Anyway, so if you haven't seen the last one and you are new to the channel, we're going to be reviewing the movie out of 10 for 3 different categories. Okay? We are doing actor performance, we are doing film plot, and we're doing overall enjoyableness of the film. Easy enough, I think.
Could
Yeah.
be.
Okay, so we are just going to hop right into it. We're going to have the movies listed below for this series. So we're going to have all 5 of the movies listed, and then we'll have the current film as a link so you can check out the actors and the plot on IMDb. Okay?
Put the picture of the movie on his face.
Yes. So,
No, the right movie.
yeah. Okay,
This movie.
this one. The one that we're doing right now.
Yeah, but instead of on his face, put it here.
Yeah, put it in the middle.
I mean, of course,
Like
not
right in between our fingers.
God, that's tiny. No,
Yeah, right in this gap. This is tiny. Okay, anyway.
you're killing future me,
Yes.
or you.
So we are going to start with actors and the actor performance.
We always start with actors.
Exactly. So
Of
that's
course,
what
we've
we're.
only done this twice, so.
So, I believe I started. No, did you start on the actors?
No, I start on plot.
Okay. So I'll start with the actors then. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. They did better than the first film. Way better. Oh well, I say way better. It was just better in general. I think the overall movie was better. I forgot how to breathe. Dear God, man. Do you have onions on your freaking sandwich?
Yes.
We also ordered lunch in the meantime, in between. Dear God. Good God, man.
Side note.
Are you dying?
Every day, a little by little. By the way, Rosquilla has the clip channel, so don't be surprised if this doesn't make it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's bad, man.
You might want to plug in your laptop so I can. Anyways, as he said, the actors did pretty well. I mean, like Peter Sellers really upped his game as Inspector Clouseau, which I kind of feel like in this film they took out some of the characters, which eventually they'll bring them back. Spoilers, but. But
Well, yeah.
This is like a new set of I'll go into it with the plot,
Yeah.
but like a new set of people. Like now we have Ike Sommer, Herbert Lom, George Sanders, Rosa Hill, Brian Forbes. I don't know. Like I said, we're just online, so we can't really see all the cast. But
Yep.
this is Shaun the Dark is chronically in the Pink Panther timeline. But yes, actors, go on.
All right, so I wouldn't say it's fair to compare the first film to the second film because there are so many new actors in the second film. I believe the actors in this film were better in Shot in the Dark. I think they were really focused, and we'll go into that a little bit more with the plot also. But I don't have a whole lot to say on the actors themselves. I think they did a really good job. I think that Peter Sellers did a really good job in this form of Pink. I was going to say the Pink Panther, but as Inspector Crusoe, right? Is that how you say his name?
Inspector Crusoe.
Whatever. You can tell that he learned a lot from the first film.
Oh yes, even though fun story, this film was made several months after the first.
Anyway,
this video is sponsored by Pink Panther Installation.
No, it's not.
Okay, it's not.
Other installations are available.
Anyways.
So I think for me, for the most part, that's where I'm standing on the actors.
Okay.
I think they're much better than the first film.
And I will agree with you. Like, Peter Sellers really, isolates the Inspector Crusoe that, like, he starts going more into the role that, eventually, Cheaper by the Dozens man, what's his name?
Stephen Martin.
Yeah, Stephen Martin eventually, adopts when he eventually does his Damburger impersonation and all that kind of stuff with all the, who's-it-call-its. But yeah, you can really see, this is where they develop the Inspector Crusoe personality.
Yeah.
And everyone else was, pretty good, including his wake-up morning agent of, I'm gonna attack you, and then suddenly the phone rings. Inspector Crusoe, residence.
Yes. So, for those of you who don't know, there is a side character who is in the film who is
his main purpose is just...
Yeah, his main purpose is to keep Inspector Crusoe on his toes, kind of, and make sure he's practicing and doing all that, fighting and whatnot, and is always on top. Very entertaining. We'll put a photo of him right here, because I can't remember his name, and I can see that he's not up on our list, but I think we should put a photo.
Yeah, and I would type in the third movie, but then Justin's gonna be like, spoiler name.
Exactly. I don't want spoilers.
Well, we still have to watch the third movie.
Exactly. That's why I don't want spoilers to the third film.
Anyways, before we go into plot and stuff, you want to get your numbers?
Do you want to?
I think I pretty much said that's what needs to be said about the actors. They did a pretty good job. With that on your breath. Oh.
Yeah, you need to point that way when you do that. Dear God. Seriously, I'm gonna... Alright, everybody. So, I'm just gonna stand like this until the smell goes away. That, or you can stop burping. Keep it in your mouth.
Goes through the nostrils on release.
I think I'm gonna give the actors a 4 out of 10.
Okay.
I think it was much better, much more put together. The plot helped them, so.
I will say 7 out of 10, which is one more than my haha funny 6s from last time. But yeah, yeah. So, plot?
Yeah, plot.
Okay. And I will start. I'm not entirely sure if it truly takes place after the Pink Panther, but I'm going to say it does. And if you haven't watched the original Pink Panther, why? But I don't know. But basically at the end of the first Pink Panther, Inspector Crusoe was ended up getting framed for stealing the Pink Panther by not only his wife, but the other gentlemen that were against him.
Let's talk about the second one.
I'm getting to that. So anyways, basically Inspector Crusoe's next case was a, did they call it an umbrella murder?
Yeah, something like that.
So an umbrella murder of, we'll say civilians. We just watched it and I can't, it's like garlic. But anyways, yeah, basically Inspector Crusoe is basically trying to figure out which, who's framing Maria, because Maria was being, Inspector Crusoe was trying to see who Maria was trying to keep quiet about, if it could have been a lover or something, about who actually killed the person, which brings us to Inspector Crusoe being arrested a few times for do you have a balloon license? Huh? But yeah, it goes into but anyways, it goes into it eventually ends up at a nudist, what would you call it? A nudist colony?
Camp. Yeah.
Nudist camp, where it's all that kind of stuff. But I won't spoil the ending. I think the ending's really smart with, you take the stereotypical the murderer is in this room, and I think it's you, and the lights go off, but it's really well done. But I honestly feel like it's not as much as derailment as the first film, but he will once again go into that. But yeah, I honestly think they did better. I'm also biased.
I'm going to make a small note before I say...
You want me to look this way so I don't breathe in you?
I'm going to make a small note before I say anything on the plot is that I'm going to remember this, that I am not going to be record anything with this man in such close distance after lunch unless we got like a mint or something, because it's rough, guys. And this is the moment that I'm glad we don't have smell-o-vision. I've been sitting here thinking about cracking a window. All right.
Okay, we better hurry up before we're lucky we all won't close up drown.
Anyway, I think the plot was a lot better. You don't have to look that way. Good Lord. I think the plot for The Shot in the Dark was a lot better. It stayed on track. You understood that the goal of the film, all the way through the film, was to solve this murder. There was not really a huge subplot. There was kind of a subplot of the commissioner being kind of a dick. But I think for the most part, I agree on everything you said in the film. I think the comedy factors were not great again, but much better than the first one. There was a lot more verbal humidity.
Verbal comedy.
Verbal humidity.
Not gerbil.
Verbal.
Vermin.
Rate them on.
Right.
All right.
And then I disappeared.
No, there's a lot more. It's a lot more focused, and I think that really helps with the actors and everything too. You know, going back into them, keeping them on track, and not being all over the place. I think for the most, that's really all I have to say on that. I think it was really good. It grabs your attention a lot more. I found myself looking at my phone a lot less watching this. I was only on my phone because I still work. So.
Well, it is redacted day.
It's Monday. Wait. No. I don't know what day it is. Anyway, what would you rate the plot on?
I'd say I'd give it another 7.
A 7. I think I'm going to give it a... What did I give the plot on the last one? Do you remember?
It was either a 3 or a 2.
I think I'm going to give this one a 4. I think it's better. I think we can still work on it. Again, I think we could probably cut it back by half an hour, getting rid of a bunch of unnecessary scenes.
Unnecessary dancing.
Why? Why does every film so far, I say every film, there's 2, I've watched 2 of them. There's like 3 hours of just nonstop dancing that doesn't relate to anything else. That's a bit of an exaggeration, guys. It was more like... Anyway, so yeah, I think a 4 out of 10. Okay. I feel like that's fair.
All right, and then enjoyableness.
Yes, overall enjoyableness. I think you started last, so I'll start this one. I think this is a much more family-friendly film.
Hey, if you take out the nudist.
Well,
I mean, like nothing was shown.
No, nothing was shown.
They showed more in Brave with the men's butts than the Pink Panther.
Can I continue?
Rate them on.
Rate them on.
I don't know. Do you have the time?
I think the film is a lot more family friendly in the sense that you can sit down. I think you could sit down with some kids. I don't know how young. Maybe like 3rd, 4th graders. I feel like just because of the attention span, I feel like you could sit them down and enjoy like a family movie with them. Have your bowl of popcorn and some snacks or whatever and watch it.
Watch us Inspector Crusoe's clothing eventually gets.
There's a lot of funny moments, like you said. There's the nudist beach or nudist camp or whatever you want to call it.
You're doing it.
that You didn't see anything. You know, it's like, oh, there's a shirtless guy in the back of a girl, like the top half of the back of a girl. So it wasn't like there was anything scandalous about the film. Nothing that you couldn't show, you know, your kids.
I don't know. Do you have a license to say that?
And yes, and there was, you know, like there's like 3 or 4 times where Inspector whatever, I'm going to call him Inspector C. He kept getting arrested, and for the dumbest things, like he didn't have a license to sell balloons, and he didn't have a hunting license
or an artist license,
and there's like indecency and there's just a lot. I think there's a lot more going on in the aspect of funny comedy than there was
him hearing a woman screaming, trying to see what's going up. The butler opens the door as he's ramming through, runs out the window into the lake.
Okay. Anyway, what are your kind of thoughts? I think it's much more enjoyable.
Yeah, but I think you should do your numbers first.
You don't have anything you'd like to say?
Well, honestly, I kind of said it, and like I said, I'm kind of biased since this is one of the films from the Pink Panther series that I remember most instinctively, not because of the nudist colony, but other jokes and how they eventually evolved throughout the series. But I do say that if you'd like to give your number quick.
I think I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 7. Yay, lucky 7.
I think it's a solid film. I think there's a lot better films out there. I think there's a lot worse films out there. Insert things killing 2. There's a lot. There's just, I think for the time period, I and for what I know now, I have to give it a 5. I don't think it's the best film out there, especially in the realm of comedy and or mystery.
Just in case I forgot, put the movie poster right here.
Here.
No. Here.
Yeah, right here, where his hand is, and then like enlarge it and warp it so it's over his face.
Make me Inspector Clouseau.
All right, so I think that's it for the film. Remember, this is shot in the dark. It came out in 1964. Peter Sellers is Inspector Clouseau. It's going to be linked down below along with the other films that we're doing for this series. And also linked down below will be my Discord and other social media. So if you want to reach out or watch other videos or watch me stream, rate them on, you can. So
yes, I am also the editor, but I think if you watch the first part, you'd understand that by now.
Hopefully.
But yes, Pakistan food, we've done that. Cola, we forgot to mention cola. You did do cola.
Cola's gone. Unless I gave you that video.
You gave me cola.
Okay, you have cola. There will be a cola video up.
Hopefully now.
If not before this video, it'll be up at least after. Depending on. So, definitely recommend checking out the other videos on my channel. Like and subscribe. It's free. Okay. No big deal.
Okay.
And do you have anything short you'd like to say?
Well, there's a lot of things I'd like to say.
Okay, what would you like to say? Alrighty then. Have yourselves a good night, good month, good year, good week, and good whatever it is. Until next time, bye!
I'm just gonna queen this.